Today, let's look at 2 counters to the knee on belly position. Now, knee on belly without the gi is a little bit different than knee on belly with the gi because of the addition of gripping and the collars and the sleeves when you're wearing the gi. So in some ways, we have it a little bit easier in terms of movement, freedom of movement with no gi. But it doesn't mean that it's easy. If someone's in knee on belly, oftentimes they've got a good grip on the head, or they are putting a lot of pressure across to force a rotation to the outside and back exposure, or they're setting up attacks off of your posting to the inside. So we'll look at 2 defenses that come pretty early in the knee on belly and how we can use them effectively. The first is when where we head into the single leg position. So we'll start actually this way, you can see. So when he's in knee on belly here, our focus is on what our partner's lead leg is doing while we're also monitoring their hands. So we want to be on the inside position when we're in the bottom of knee on belly. If he's sitting up especially and he's starting to like post and work here, if our arms are on the outside, it gives our partner good control of the bicep, good control of our head. And this is true gi or no gi. So in general, we want to have our arms on the inside. We don't want to have extended arms. So we don't want to have arms on the inside where we're posting and pushing with our elbows away from our body, where our hands are exposed and nothing else is protected. So when he's here posting and creating pressure, we're going to bring our hands to the inside. We're going to start by taking our partner's weight off of us. That when their hands are engaged on our upper body, then this adds to the pressure and it can be difficult. Plus they've got this control here. So we're going to bump. We're going to take our rear leg, and we'll see this when we change angles, but we're going to give a bump and bring our partner's weight forward. Their hands are not going to stay on the mat, but we can get them there for a moment, long enough so that we can start to shoot our way down towards our partner's leg here. So we just need this weight transfer, plus we get a little bit of a gap, some separation here. And we're not going to get a lot of it, but you're going to get enough, and your partner's knee will be weightless for just a moment, so that after you bump, you can take your arms from the inside position to one in, one out. Now from here, we continue with the bump, and we focus on dropping our right shoulder to the inside position. We move our hips slightly out, and we're going to turn. From here, you have a good grip around your partner's leg. We're going to scissor our legs. Now, important here that you draw your head to the inside position, that you don't keep your head elongated where your partner can post on it or start to overwrap. Yep, both of these are pretty bad. So we bring our head to the inside, and we take our top shoulder, and we try to get it behind our partner's hamstring if possible. Now our legs scissor, and we come up here to a position where we have control over our partner's leg. Now, there are times where you will control just your partner's leg above the knee, and then there'll be times where you control the leg both above and below the knee. We'll take a look at that in a second. From here, sit up please. From here you can see that we're shoulder behind our partner, so that's a good position, and our hands are around our partner's knee. We're simply going to lock. Now from here, your partner will probably put on a whizzer. Good. And now you're in a position where you're starting to work for the single leg. We will, in this case, come up off of our knees onto our toes. We're going to bump, and we're going to walk around behind our partner until that whizzer becomes ineffective. Dig that whizzer in nice and strong, please. When you get around behind your partner, that whizzer becomes a little bit more difficult for your partner to manage. We're going to take our outside hand lift, and we're going to put our partner's leg up here on our own leg. From here, when he goes to flee, he's going to find it very difficult. We've got good control of our partner's leg on the shelf, plus back exposure. If he were to stand up from here, go ahead. Yeah, we would be able to follow him. You can see he's up in one leg. We would be able to stand up and finish the takedown. So heading into the single leg is a good option. So let's start from here, please. Partner starts knee on belly. Hands inside. We give a bump to put our partner's hands on the floor and shift their weight forward. Just scoot down a little bit, please. Yep, here we go. So arms on the inside, we're going to give a bump, put their hands on the floor, shift their weight. We turn our inside shoulder to the mat, and the goal is for our outside shoulder here to be around behind our partner's hamstring. In this case, the bottom hand here is around our partner's ankle. That's great. The other hand is high. Sometimes you'll land here, one high, one low. Sometimes you'll land both high. You'll rarely land both low, okay? But this is a particularly powerful grip. Now from here we can scissor our legs. Our partner will go to put the whizzer in. We're going to continue to walk around behind our partner until we can lift and shelf our partner's leg here. Now that we're in position, we can start to expose our partner's back. If he chooses to sit down from here, for instance, well, we've got a good passing position and leg in a place where we can control it. Go back. If he doesn't stay, turn to face us and stays here, well, we have back exposure. And if your partner goes to stand up, then you've got good control of the leg where you can stand up and start to take your partner down. So that's our first option here out of the single. The second one is right into the leg lock. So the entry is very similar. In this case, come on here, our partner's knee on belly. We take the same tack with the arms on the inside. We give the bump to shift the partner's weight. We go around our partner's leg low and around the leg high. So we cross the arms. We're bumping, turning, bringing our shoulder to the mat. Second shoulder goes behind our partner's leg. And from here, we have the same kind of idea. Now, previously, we shelved the leg and we look to come up for the single. In this case, we're going to use our double grip, one high, one low. We're going to drive our knee forward, and from here, we're going to sit back. So we're going to lift this leg, we're going to bring our outside knee in, and we're going to sit into a position where our head is over our knee. Now we can take our top leg, throw it over our partner's leg. We're going to control our partner's ankle down here with our elbow. You're going to bring your body through, turn your belly to the floor. Now from here, we can lock the legs in a figure four, roll through, and the heel hook is waiting for us. We have the inside triangle position. So again, knee on belly, inside, we bump, scissor turn, lift. Now in this case, we put our partner's leg up, and we slide our back leg forward, shifting our weight. We pass our outside leg over, putting our forehead on the floor so that we can roll through, expose our partner's heel, and we're in on the finish. So this double attack, or two answers to the single leg, two answers to the knee on belly, involve a single leg, which is a little bit more of a conservative approach, and then an entry into the cross heel hook, which is a little bit more of the approach that we would take where we're looking to enter into a submission right out of a defensive position. So hopefully this was helpful for you. You enjoyed it. If you did, let us know, and we'll see you soon.